Bold and beautiful, leading lady Jacqueline McInnes Wood wasn't kidding when she told Soaps.com that Steffi completely loses it over Mom Taylor's crush on Sheila's husband Deacon. Steffi has been beside herself, and whatever comes after beside herself, with worry over what the psycho might do if she caught wind of her spouse's emotional affair with his shrink. And the fit hasn't even begun to hit the shan yet. Were it up to Steffi, she wouldn't have to spend all day, every day, wringing her hands over her mom's desire to put herself in Deacon's arms, even if it also means putting herself in harm's way. She'd love to sit on the couch next to Finn and just relax, the Emmy winner says. But that's not Steffi's way. It's certainly not her luck, that's for sure. For a hot minute after Sheila protected Steffi from Luna, it appeared that Finn's better half might be softening her stance on her monster-in-law. But now that Sheila could be put in the mood to kill Taylor, for a second time, it bears mentioning, Steffi's hard line is harder than ever. If Steffi is anything, she is resolute on her take on Sheila, Wood observes. It's one thing that she and Finn will bicker about, and Finn will always take Steffi's side as torn as he is. One thing I'd love about Steffi is how she is able to see the truth about someone, she adds, and even though that someone is her mother-in-law, she stays true to herself. That being the case, Sheila's marital drama could spill over into Steffi and Finn's marriage. The only thing that could come between them, Wood reckons, would ultimately be Sheila. So if he perhaps embraced his mother anew out of sympathy for her crumbling union, his rock-solid relationship could start to crumble. Only then could Steffi be tempted by someone else, Wood theorizes. I think Finn would be tempted before Steffi. But I could be wrong. By and large, Bold and Beautiful keeps Finn front and center, but mainly to react to other characters' storylines. He'll weigh in on Eric's forced retirement, consult on Liam's fake tumor, or discuss Luna's demise, yet he never really drives a plot of his own. That would all change, though, if viewers get their way. After Tanner Novlan's latest Liberty Bibberty commercial dropped, fans took to Reddit to lament how, as True Acanthaceae 257 put it, the writers have bastardized my boy Finn and made him a shell of himself. Many also pondered why the actor seems so much livelier in the ad than on the soap. Perhaps that's because, as Popular Salad 2450 suggested, lately, he's always shirtless talking to Steffi about literally nothing. On the other hand, the commercial allows Novlan to be something that Bold and Beautiful rarely does. Funny. Wish. Executive producer head writer Brad Bell let his comedic side show more, Dixie Belle Feedy 8 said, instead of the Steffi's shirtless wimp role he plays. I'd love to see Finn be more comedic me, too, added Well Done 22. That was what made the soap so Finn in the original Sally Spectra days. She was always good for making the audience laugh. We get none of that now. It's become Psycho of the Week and CEO of the Week. If the show does allow Finn to lighten up and crack a joke now and then, he could provide a stark contrast to the heavy drama that plays out on the daily. Not that we don't love the mounting tension of Deacon and Taylor's feelings for one another, and the certainty that Sheila will find out, or the battle royale that will ensue when Brooke and Ridge learn Eric is working for Katie. But a little levity wouldn't go amiss in the mix. The show can do it too. Remember Katie's nightmarish daydream about Logan's first fashion show going awry? That was clever, funny, different. A real, now what have we here moment to make us sit up and take notice. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Friday, January 23rd include Finn trying to avoid Sheila at Il Giardino. Plus, Dylan promises Electra that she won't cross any boundaries. When Deacon discovered that Sheila had hidden the truth about Luna still being alive, it hit him hard. He truly believed Sheila had turned a corner, and realizing she'd protected such a devastating lie left him reeling and questioning everything they'd built together. Struggling to process the fallout, Deacon leaned on Taylor for guidance. What began as professional support slowly crossed into personal territory. Taylor tried to reestablish boundaries, but the pull between them proved too strong, and they continued seeing one another despite knowing the risks. Steffi soon put the pieces together and attempted to enlist Hope to shut things down before Sheila found out. Instead, Hope embraced the relationship, relieved to see her father finally moving forward. That response only deepened Steffi's anxiety, fueling her fear that the situation could spiral out of control. Steffi pleaded with Taylor to drop Deacon as a client, but Taylor refused. Rather than stepping back, she and Deacon gave in fully to their feelings. Everyone worked hard to ensure that Sheila didn't learn about Taylor and Deacon's budding romance. At the same time, Steffi hired a struggling Dylan to work alongside Electra and Will at Forrester Creations. Dylan is also living with the couple, though Electra has recently asked him to give her some space. Electra recently expressed her concerns about Dylan to Will, and he reassured her. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester reassured Will Spencer that his job at Forrester Creations was safe. Even though his parents are trying to put Ridge out of business, he's happy to have Will on board as long as it keeps bothering Dollar Bill. But could Will Spencer get fired for another reason? Here's what's coming up on Bold and Beautiful next week. Spoilers below. RJ Forrester is back on The Bold and the Beautiful, already making his presence known at FC. Barely back from Italy for 24 hours, RJ headed to work with his father, Ridge Forrester, to do some catching up. RJ finally got to meet his cousin, Electra Forrester, and they hit it off instantly. In fact, if you didn't know that RJ was really a Marone, you might have been grossed out by all of the flirting the cousins were doing. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say RJ is smitten by Electra, and doesn't seem to be deterred at all by the fact that they have the same last name. Think of how easy it will be to pick out baby names, and they won't even have to change Electra's last name on her driver's license. Plus, there won't be any in-laws to interfere in their relationship. Will Spencer was told his job is safe by RJ's dad, but we all know his kids trump everyone else. Look how fast Deke Sharp got his walking papers because Thomas Forrester wanted his job. We're still baffled why Will would want to work his parents' most competition and someone who treated his mom so badly. But that discussion is for another day. If RJ Forrester wants to spend more time with his cousin Electra Forrester at work, he's going to have to get Will Spencer out of the picture. It shouldn't be hard to find an excuse for Will to get fired, seeing as how his parents are public enemy number 1 and 2 right now. Is it weird seeing RJ flirt with Electra? Or would they make a cute couple? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of January 26th suggest some surprises. For one thing, fans can expect Dylan to get a chance to get closer to Will Spencer. Sheila Carter Sharp is going to get suspicious soon. Plus, Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester are about to be blindsided. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Dylan, who will get to spend some time alone with Will Spencer. After Electra Forrester had to work late, Will might have to eat chicken alone. However, Dylan is oh so conveniently there, so Will won't have to dine all by himself. Of course, Will might think it was an innocent dinner. However, Electra could worry, and Dylan might seem even more fixated on her hero. Since Electra has to work late, RJ Forrester might keep her company or offer to help out. While Electra will be focused on work and not flirtation, RJ might use the opportunity to get closer to her. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for next week, reveal that Steffi Forrester Finnegan opened up to John Finn Finnegan about her concerns. The doctor will follow through and see if Sheila suspects anything. Finn might be surprised to hear Sheila singing Taylor Hayes' praises. Finn knows that once Sheila learns the truth, it could send her back to being a villain. At the same time, people aren't giving Sheila a whole lot of credit either. At some point, Sheila is going to start getting suspicious. The fact that everyone knew but her will make Sheila feel humiliated and foolish. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose should make some wedding plans. I imagine she will want the wedding in Paris, since that is where her home and family is located. Plus, Ridge and Brooke are going to find out the truth eventually. Will Eric Forrester start World War III by being Katie Logan Spencer's new lead designer? While it is a secret for now, Donna Logan Forrester is freaking out over keeping it from Brooke. So stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of January 26th, 2026? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're still making plans for the weekend, you'll want to stop by Pasadena Comic-Con on Sunday, January 25th. The Bold and the Beautiful fans will be excited to know Sean Kanan is set to make an appearance at the one-day event. The soap star took to Instagram to announce he'll be there representing the Karate Kid franchise and promoting his personal development method, Way of the Cobra. On B&B, Sean Kanan plays Deacon Sharp, a restaurateur currently stuck between a rock and a hard place regarding his marriage to Sheila Carter and his newfound attraction to his therapist, Dr. Taylor Hayes. But at Pasadena Comic-Con, it's his time as Mike Barnes that will take the spotlight. Kanan played the Karate Kid villain in the third film of the franchise. He reprised the role for Netflix's Cobra Kai with a storyline that showed how Mike had grown as a person in the decades since he fought Danny LaRusso. But karate isn't a martial art the actor learned for a movie. He's trained in the discipline since he was a teenager, and its principles have played a part in his work on and off screen. When he's not running Deacon's successful Italian restaurant, Il Giardino, Kanan is a personal development coach who has authored 3 books: Way of the Cobra, Welcome to the Kumite, and Way of the Cobra Couples. Pasadena Comic-Con ticket holders will have an opportunity to learn more about Kanan's career and business ventures, like his hot sauce company, Bad Boy Sauce, on January 25th. Pasadena Comic-Con will take place at Pasadena Convention Center, located at 300 E Green Street in Pasadena, California. The event is being held in Halls A and B, as well as in the Artist Alley Ballroom. Doors open for early admission ticket holders at 9 a.m. PT. General admission ticket holders will be let in at 10 a.m. This is a one-day Comic-Con. It'll end at 5 p.m. Brian Nicoletti made his debut as R.J. Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful. He returned to Los Angeles to reconnect with his parents, who recently got back together. Since R.J. might be sticking around much longer this time, Nicoletti allowed viewers to get to know him better. Much like R.J., Nicoletti has quiet confidence. As seen in a new Instagram video, he walked down the street while answering questions about himself. The caption in the post teased, "Hot off of RJ's big return to How Bold and Beautiful, take a moment and get to know Brian Nicoletti. You'll be seeing a lot more of him." Nicoletti didn't sweat as he answered some of the rapid-fire questions. It turns out that the soap opera isn't his first acting gig. Nicoletti previously appeared in an indie film. When asked about a fun fact about him, he answered, "My family's from Brazil." Nicoletti shares something in common with RJ. As B&B viewers already know, RJ was traveling around the world. His parents assumed that he was in Brazil. Looks like the show threw that in as an Easter egg. The actor shared his response to his first day on set. He was speechless at the time, so all he could muster out was a "wow." When it came to the best advice he received, he was told to follow your dreams. Nicoletti also revealed that his parents are role models. Nicoletti's favorite actor is Leonardo DiCaprio, and his dream scene partner is Al Pacino. His favorite TV shows are Money Heist and Breaking Bad. When he's not busy filming on the soap, Nicoletti spends most of his time at Café Los Feliz. In the last question, Nicoletti was asked what he would like to tell the fans. He said with a smile, "Get ready!" Meanwhile, fans flocked to the Instagram post's comments to share their thoughts on Nicoletti's portrayal of RJ. One fan wrote, "He is doing well so far." Someone else commented, "Doing a wonderful job already. Great acting. Welcome to a great show." Even Jacqueline McInnes Wood, who plays Steffi, shared her support in the comments section. She simply added, Another fan echoed the previous sentiments, adding, "He's doing great. Best recast so far." What are your thoughts on Nicoletti's version of RJ? Are you looking forward to seeing him stick around? Let us know in the comments section. Will refuse to become like his father Bill on The Bold and the Beautiful. He's remained committed to Elektra. However, he could get tempted by Dylan's good looks and charm. Meanwhile, Elektra felt immediate sparks with RJ. So, will history repeat itself with this couple? When Will arrived in Los Angeles, he was a bit of a womanizer like his father Bill. He was fascinated by all the beautiful models at Forrester Creations, but he doesn't want to break hearts like his father did with his mom Katie on more than one occasion. Will worked hard to prove to Elektra that he could be faithful. But now they have a third party in their relationship. Elektra and Will agreed to have Dylan move into their beach house. She apparently has her eye on Will, even though she's cool with the idea of him dating her best friend. But Will seems to enjoy the banter he has with Dylan. He can relax and be himself with her. This has us wondering if Will could follow in his father's footsteps by betraying Elektra. He might be overcome with the temptation of another beautiful woman who wants him. Meanwhile, when RJ made his big return to Los Angeles, there were immediate sparks between him and Elektra. Though they share the same last name, they aren't related by blood, allowing them to explore a possible relationship. Will also found out that RJ has returned to town, and he's not happy about it. The two young men agreed not to repeat their father's rivalry, but that could change once Will learns that RJ is interested in Elektra. Will RJ push Will out of Forrester Creations amid the fashion wars and family feud? Elektra and Will's relationship has stayed strong up to this point. They proved that they could conquer anything, even crazy Luna, who met her fate. There's nothing that could stop them now. Or is there? They might find themselves in a new challenge involving two other people. Elektra's presence proves a difficult temptation RJ is not equipped to handle. When he helped her with a designer necklace, he looked like he wanted to kiss her. The exchange felt much more than professional. Across town, Will might develop feelings for Dylan. The two could end up spending a lot of alone time together, especially now that Elektra's career is on the rise. Are these young lovers following their hearts, or the scandalous blueprints laid out by their parents? Donna and Eric are one of the Bold and the Beautiful's most solid couples. However, their marriage might face a major test thanks to Eric's desire to design again. Donna's attitude towards Eric's decision is garnering mixed reactions from viewers. Donna loves her husband Eric, and she wants him to be happy. Designing is Eric's passion, and Donna's always been supportive of his career. However, his latest decision is causing concern. Eric was the founder and lead designer of Forrester Creations. It was a place he called his second home, but thanks to Ridge and Brooke, he was forced into retirement. However, Eric isn't sailing off into the sunset. His desire to design is still burning bright, and he's now teaming up with Katie at Logan. Eric working at Logan will benefit both him and Katie. Not only will she get a talented lead designer to kickstart her fashion house, but he'll still be able to pursue his passion. One would think Donna would be supportive of Eric's new venture, yet she seems reluctant to stand by her man. Donna's behavior regarding Eric has sparked a debate on Reddit. Many fans think that Donna should be more supportive of her husband. Donna should be encouraging Eric to do what is good for his health, which is designing, wrote one viewer. I think they all need to stop forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do. He hasn't shown any signs of sickness or being run down or nothing, so let the man do what he wants, declared one commenter. However, some fans think Eric's health is why Donna's concerned. Stress can be a dangerous thing, and the kind of stress creating a new fashion house entails can be more than his heart can handle. Eric's a grown man and can make his own decisions, and he's determined to design for Logan. But his decision will lead to tension within the Forrester and Logan families. Eric and Ridge's relationship will be further strained thanks to his father's betrayal. Meanwhile, the Logan sisters' feud will heat up with Brooke, accusing Katie of sabotage. And of course, poor Donna is going to be stuck right in the middle. Little does Eric know that his desire to design will cause trouble for his wife's family, and it might also test his and Donna's marriage too. Is Hope Logan's time at Forrester Creations winding down? The Bold and the Beautiful just introduced another Hope for the Future revival at FC. Hope is thrilled her career is on the upswing again, and is determined to make her line the best it has ever been. But the fashion war brewing in Los Angeles could change everything. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Liam Spencer is working hard, helping his parents build Logan. It's only a matter of time before Liam and Hope's respective companies start driving a wedge between them. Hope has always been bothered by Liam not supporting her career. If he's rooting for his wife, then he's rooting against his parents. Once the truth comes out about Eric Forrester teaming up with Katie Spencer at Logan, the gloves are going to come off between the two families. When Forrester and Logan start battling, the Lope marriage could be collateral damage. The logical and reasonable solution would be if Liam Spencer offered his wife her own line at his family's new company. Plus, she would be working for her aunt. We have a feeling Liam might give her a little pay bump too. The only problem is, there's no way Thomas Forrester will let her take Hope for the Future with her. Considering how many times HFTF has been has been canceled, revived, and revamped. Starting over from scratch really shouldn't bother Hope Logan. But the fact that Liam doesn't take Hope's fashion line seriously has always been an issue for Lope in the past. His wife will most likely argue that she has poured a decade into HFTF, and Liam's family just started their company last month. If Hope stays at Forrester Creations, will her marriage be able to survive? Will she choose her job over her family and stay at FC? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Thursday, January 22, 2026, reveal Elektra feeling a little bit of competition and not liking it. Despite the fact that her jaw was on the floor and her heart was all aflutter the second she laid eyes on RJ Forrester, Elektra Forrester is not about to let anyone horn in on the man she already has. Will Spencer is hers, and she is tired of fighting disturbed young women for his affections. Elektra is the one who wanted to help Dylan as much as she could, but it's also Elektra who can see that something is off with Dylan. She also likes Will just a little too much. Elektra doesn't want to sound like an alarmist, so she casually mentions her concerns to Will. Is it possible that Will has the same concerns? He wants to help Dylan, but he also isn't sure if she is becoming a little too attached to her. Read this. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers. Taylor goes missing. Steffi suspects kidnapper. Sheila? Something is not right about all of her stories, including the one about coincidentally killing Luna Nozawa with her car. What could really be going on with sweet and innocent Miss Dylan? Steffi Forrester Finnegan is not about to let Sheila Carter ruin her life again. In fact, she is obsessed with making sure Taylor Hayes stays away from Deacon Sharp. She once again goes to Hope Logan for help, but Hope doesn't see the problem. However, Steffi does, and she is terrified that Sheila is going to hurt Taylor. Sheila remains in the dark as to what is going on, and Steffi needs it to stay that way. Everyone around Deacon scrambles to make sure that Sheila doesn't get wind of Taylor and Deacon's close and inappropriate relationship. That's easier said than done, because Sheila keeps showing up at Taylor's office unannounced. What are the odds she one day does that when Deacon and Taylor are in a compromising position? The Bold and the Beautiful fans are still processing Lisa Yamada's confirmed exit, but the actress is keeping spirits high with a hilarious TikTok about life after Luna. Her playful post ignited a flood of emotional fan reactions and opened new conversations about what comes next for her. Lisa Yamada officially left the show after the executive producer confirmed Luna's departure, but she chose humor over heartbreak. She posted a TikTok where she stared straight into the camera while a dramatic voiceover joked about paying bills by selling crack or rabbit. The line was absurd, sarcastic, and full of chaotic energy. It instantly reminded fans why they adored her off-screen personality. The clip had nothing to do with real life, but the timing made viewers cackle and speculate. Lisa's sense of fun softened the sting of her sudden departure. Many saw the video as her light-hearted way of saying she is moving forward, while still acknowledging the noise around Luna's controversial storyline. If anyone thought Lisa's exit ended Luna's fanbase, the comments proved the opposite. Viewers rushed to tell her how much they miss her and how unfair her storyline felt. One fan wrote, "Luna was misunderstood," sparking a wave of agreement from others who believed she deserved redemption, not a send-off. Another viewer boldly declared, "You were the best-selling part of The Bold and the Beautiful." Yeah, I said it. That comment captured the intensity of support she still holds. A third fan joked, "If you're Sheila's granddaughter, your character must have 9 lives," which kept the humor flowing and reminded everyone how wild her family tree really is. The fan reactions turned Lisa's TikTok into a mini fan rally. Their messages underscored how strongly the audience connected with Luna and how sudden the exit felt. Lisa did not reveal specific new projects, but her playful attitude signals she is staying positive and busy. Her TikTok highlighted her charm, comedic timing, and confidence, qualities that could take her into new roles quickly. Fans are now watching her socials closely for hints about her next steps. Even though her exit is official, viewers continue to imagine Luna returning someday. Lane family bombshells, Sheila chaos, and forensic drama always leave doors cracked open in Soapland. Fans cling to the idea that Luna could be revived when the story needs another shakeup. For now, Lisa is embracing freedom. riding fan support, and having fun with the moment. Lisa Yamada may have left The Bold and the Beautiful, but she remains a fan favorite whose presence is still felt across social media. Her playful TikTok kept the mood light and fueled excitement for whatever she does next. Fans continue to cheer for her, and we will keep following her journey. Stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily for more updates and entertainment coverage. The Bold and the Beautiful pushes tension higher as Will faces huge pressure at Forrester. His sudden ambition sparks new questions. Fans now wonder if the show is preparing another exit. The storyline shifts fast, and the stakes rise for the popular teenager. Will has been shown stepping into a new drive for success. The change feels forced, and viewers have noticed the shift. His new dedication arrives after Katie leaves Forrester for her own fashion house. The move shakes Will, and the reaction feels intense. His concern about his career hints at deeper issues. The young intern seems oddly invested in Forrester's future. The choice raises suspicion about the writer's plans. Will's focus also clashes with his earlier carefree lifestyle. The change creates a very sudden pivot for the character. The show highlights Will's position in a very deliberate way. Ridge insists Will stay secure at Forrester. His praise feels a little too grand for a simple intern. The lines appear designed to build a future conflict. That conflict could lead to a dramatic exit. Will is wealthy and never needed the job. His new seriousness feels unnatural. That detail strengthens speculation that the writers are pushing him toward a major turning point. A possible departure might tie into Katie's new fashion house. The separation could spark emotional fallout for mother and son. Ridge and Brooke could test Will in a risky storyline. They might ask him to spy on Katie's new brand. That request would place the teen in a painful position. The tension between loyalty and pressure could overwhelm him. The emotional weight might drive him to walk away completely. The original Sally storyline once used similar beats. The show loves revisiting old twists. Will could be caught photographing emerging designs. The fallout from that betrayal could damage every relationship around him. A scandal could send Will out of town, echoing similar past exits. Elektra has played a major part in Will's recent story. Their romance gives him a tether inside Forrester. Her influence could shape his next steps. If pressure rises, he may leave with her support. The writers could use their bond to spin a fresh youth-driven arc. A joint exit also remains possible. The couple has been shown in constant close scenes. Their shared moments draw attention to a potential team departure. This type of story often leads to an off-screen reset. The show could decide to rebuild Will later with a stronger focus. The Bold and the Beautiful may be preparing another emotional exit as Will's story grows stranger. His new determination and rising pressure raise real questions about what comes next. Fans could soon see a major change that impacts several characters. Stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily for every update. The Bold and the Beautiful's Steffi and Finn are in a bit of a lull drama-wise after his daughter Luna finally kicked the bucket. But now that her mother is falling for his stepfather, things might be getting complicated again. Steffi is hell-bent on getting Taylor away from Sheila's husband, Deacon, not because he's married or because he's her patient, but because his wife is none other than murderous Sheila. To be fair, that's still a pretty good reason. Sheila's already nearly killed Taylor on more than one occasion, and Finn's not always the type to stand up to the woman who gave birth to him. If Finn stands up for Sheila, Sinn might be no more, and then, in theory, the couple could split. JMW told Soaps.com, "Would you be game to see Steffi and Finn call it quits and look for romance elsewhere? Or even cheat in their marriage? Let us know." The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Thursday, January 22nd reveal that Elektra Forrester shares her concerns about Dylan with Will Spencer. Everyone scrambles to keep Sheila Carter in the dark about Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes. On Thursday, Elektra opens up to Will about her concerns regarding Dylan. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say she's starting to sense something's off, especially with the art teacher spending time alone with her boyfriend. Elektra may see Dylan as a friend, but she's already made it clear that Will is off-limits. And now, Ivy Forrester's remarks about Dylan living with Will are fueling Elektra's unease. Will may assure Elektra that she can trust him, and that no one could ever come between them, not even Dylan. Still, Elektra's worry will continue to linger, especially now that Dylan is about to get hired at Forrester Creations. Meanwhile, Steffi Forrester insists Deacon is bad news for Taylor. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say she's determined to put an end to their growing connection before it's too late. However, Hope Logan appears to support her father's feelings for Taylor. After all, she wants Deacon out of his marriage to Sheila, even if it means dragging Taylor into the mess. So when Steffi finds out that Hope is practically playing matchmaker for their parents, she won't be happy. She insists this romance is dangerous for everyone involved, especially her mom. Steffi's efforts may be for nothing, as Taylor and Deacon inch closer to crossing a dangerous line. The bold and the beautiful spoilers note that both have fantasized about kissing each other at the same time. This could spell bad news for Sheila, who still has no idea of what's really going on between her husband and his therapist. As Deacon and Taylor's bond deepens, everyone scrambles to keep Sheila in the dark. The lunatic is sure to lose it when she finds out that the person she thought helped save her marriage is actually the one to destroy it. Can Taylor and Deacon withstand Sheila once she unleashes her dark side again? Bold and the Beautiful gives Eric Forrester and Katie Logan super excited to launch Logan. Eric's especially thrilled because he thought his days as a designer were over. But now that Katie's accepted his offer to work with her, they're going to launch Logan together. I'm wondering if along the way things go terribly wrong for Katie and Eric, because they both have serious health issues. Will this exciting new adventure put Katie and Eric's lives on the line? Right now, Katie is over the moon to be launching her new fashion house, Logan. Things are much more exciting now that Eric's on board as lead designer. Things are falling into place faster than Katie imagined. Plus, she scored one of the best designers in the business. Eric and Katie are both really excited to show the fashion world, and in particular Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan, that they are a force to be reckoned with. We just saw the reveal of how Eric really feels. A lot of rage and a lot of frustration that Ridge kicked him out of his own company. I will say, for a lot of people saying that Eric's being whiny when he accepted it and all that, I think we're getting a more in-depth explanation now. Eric did try to accept it. He was trying to be nice to not cause family issues, but after giving it a try and after thinking about it, he's mad. And that's understandable. I mean, who wouldn't be? Ridge kicked him out of his own company, but then he turned around and made kind of a lukewarm offer to let him come back. It was like Eric needed permission to come back to the company he founded, and he just wasn't interested in those scraps that Ridge offered. That's why he was frustrated with Donna Logan this week, because she then suggested that Eric go back to FC and work part-time. But he told Donna no, he's not going to settle for that. Designing is Eric's main reason for getting up in the morning. It's his passion and his purpose. From his perspective, Ridge took that from him. Now, Eric said that Ridge and Brooke are about to learn a hard lesson about respecting their elders. But I think there's going to be more to this story. Eric's determined to do this, and he doesn't want Ridge and Brooke to know yet. So Katie and Eric agreed to keep it secret. A secret like that is stressful to keep. Bold and the Beautiful keeps bringing up Eric's and Katie's health issues, and they have been for a while now. We know Katie had a heart transplant years ago, and a few years back, she needed a kidney transplant that she got. Brooke and Donna said during the whole Luna Nozawa and Will Spencer pregnancy storyline how they were worried about Katie's heart. They kept harping on it. Brooke and Donna were worried that all the stress and the worry about Luna having Will's baby would just be too much for Katie. They also mentioned that they worried Katie trying to start this fashion house was also going to be hard on her health. Now we've got her keeping this big secret that Eric is her lead designer, and that's more stress to think about. On top of that, Katie's also stressed out because her relationship with Brooke is really rocky right now. Brooke is mad that Katie named her company Logan, her own last name. You know, we can debate back and forth. I know fans are divided about that. Brooke claims Katie stole the name. That's all very stressful too. Then we've got Eric also having serious health concerns. He had a stroke a few years back. He also had that near-death cancer scare a little more than a year ago. It was only thanks to Finn finding a miracle cure that Eric's life was saved. But it was touch and go, and it gave all the Forresters a big scare. That was part of why Ridge felt like he needed to force Eric into retirement, because he was worried about his dad's health, but he handled it so badly. We heard Ridge saying that he wanted Eric to ride off into the sunset and enjoy his time playing pickleball with Donna, but that's not what Eric wants to do. He's an adult. He gets to decide his future, and he wants to keep designing. That should be his decision. But now, because Ridge decided he knows better, Eric's in this position where he's chosen to sneak around, keep secrets, and hide the fact that he's designing for Katie because he is so salty about Ridge forcing him into retirement. All that stress could be really bad for Eric's health. Even this week, we had Donna freaking out because now they're all going to be lying to Brooke and Ridge. Donna is worried and said this could affect Eric's health. Donna's words could be foreshadowing that Eric's health is going to take a turn for the worse again soon. I suspect that Katie and Eric are going to plan to reveal that they are in cahoots at the Logan fashion show. That is going to come sooner than everybody expects, because Eric already has a collection drawn up. He told Katie that they would be together at the end of the runway taking a bow. Obviously, Ridge and Brooke are going to be shocked to find out that Eric is Katie's lead designer and to see them together on the runway. But an even soapier outcome would be for something both bad and good to happen at the Logan show. The good would be that it is an amazing success because we know Eric's a great designer and Katie has a good head for business. I think that it's going to go off well, but weeks and weeks of Eric and Katie keeping secrets could turn out really bad in the end. The second surprise at the Logan fashion show could be one that's terrible. Right on the heels of a major success, Eric and Katie could come down the runway together in triumph and then both collapse.